As autumn sets in, it's time once again for the famous Yangchen lake crabs, a delicacy known worldwide. Looking just at these crabs is enough to make anyone's mouth water, but with China's economy slowing down, many are feeling the financial strain. For some, the temptation is too strong, leading them to try their luck online in search of a bargain. One Douyin user claimed she spent 70 yuan on a mystery box of crabs, only to be shocked when the package arrived. Instead of receiving just one crab, there were 20. But when she opened the box, she found 20 tiny dead crabs. The user said she was prepared for something like this, but couldn't help but laugh at how ridiculous it was. Some commenters in the comment pointed out that for 70 yuan, you could buy fish or meat and enjoy a decent meal. They warned that trying to save a few bucks usually doesn't end well. However, many agree that the seller's actions were disgusting, questioning whether the shop would even stay in business after such a stunt. But is buying crabs online really the only risky option? A housewife in Guangzhou went to the famous Huangsha seafood market and bought 16 crabs, but 13 of them were dead. She was furious and blasted the seller for taking advantage of locals.
我今天一定要爆一下黄沙市场最大的雷。
I have to expose the biggest scam at Huangsha Seafood Market today. I went to a market stall owned by a familiar vendor and bought 15 crabs. He was kind enough to throw in one extra for me, but when I got home and opened the rope, I found that they were already rotten. Out of the 16 crabs, only 3 were alive. Do you understand what that means? How is this still happening in business today? Oh my goodness, look at this big pile of crabs. Only 3 of them are moving. Some users warn that dead crabs are unsafe to eat, and anyone in the seafood business knows better than to sell them. Others pointed out that while it's normal for a few crabs to die, the number of dead crabs in this case was highly unusual and seemed intentional. They criticized the seller for shamelessly offering such a poor product. Another commenter recalled buying 3.3 pounds of shrimp at Huangsha only to find it weighed only 1.8 pounds after checking. They were shocked by the seller's dishonesty. Crabs are one of the most popular products during China's Mid-Autumn Festival, from September to December, but this year, shoppers are being extra cautious, even scrutinizing the ropes used to bundle the crabs. Vendors often use ropes to add weight to crabs. A video posted at Zhejiang Broadcasting Group on October 5th featured a vendor explaining that for every 5 tail, 250 grams crab, they use 1 tail of rope, adding about 20% to the total weight. The rope itself can cost around 70 to 80 yuan. Supermarkets' crabs are either tied up or kept in water, both adding significant weight. Additionally, a well-known crab farmer revealed on October 5th that a popular 3-layer binding technique is being used. First, they wrap the crab's leg in absorbent cloth, then bind them with thick cotton rope, and finally add a plastic wrap to increase the weight. Some vendors even treat the ropes with borax, which increases their weight by 15% when wet. During surprise inspections, authorities have even found crabs tied with mini lead blocks. Now, some consumers are carrying portable scales to demand a clean crab transaction and are posting comparisons online. On the trending TikTok challenge, Unwrapping the Crabs, many users have shown the difference between crabs with and without ropes. In one case, a 6-tailed crab was unwrapped to reveal only 4.8 tails, with the rope being thicker than the crab's claw. One supermarket in Suzhou was forced to set up a bear scale counter where it was found that crabs without ropes were 40 yuan per pound cheaper than those with ropes. In response to public outrage, the Yangchen Lake Crab Association issued a new rule stating that ropes' weight should not exceed 5% of the crab's weight. This announcement quickly became a hot topic, with many calling for a boycott of such vendors. Some users online revealed that this practice has been going on for years. An industry insider explained that tying up the crabs is just a basic scam. The real trick lies in the crab vouchers, which continue to deceive people.
中秋节快到了，今天给大家揭秘大闸蟹券里面的猫腻。
Today, I'm going to reveal the truth behind crab vouchers. You might have spent hundreds of yuan on a voucher, but it could just be a useless piece of paper. Many people think that holding a voucher for a Yangcheng Lake premium gift box makes them look good, whether they're eating it themselves or giving it as a gift. But let me tell you something heart-wrenching. Sometimes that money you spend might not even get you the crabs you want. Or worse, you might not even see a crab at all. Last year, a friend of mine who works in the fresh produce supply chain told me about this. He said, there is an unspoken rule in the industry. Some vendors start printing vouchers in the spring rather than focusing on raising crabs. Think about it. Yangcheng Lake crabs aren't ready until the fall, but they're already selling vouchers in the spring. There's something really shady going on here. For instance, a small vendor printed 50,000 premium crab gift vouchers worth 688 yuan each and sold them to distributors for 350 yuan each. However, the vendor had only prepared about 5,000 crabs, and only a small fraction of the vouchers could be redeemed. The vlogger explained when customers came to redeem the vouchers in the fall, the vendor always had an excuse. Sometimes he'd blame bad weather, saying the crabs hadn't grown yet, and he needed them to mature first. By the time the Mid-Autumn Festival had passed and the price of crabs dropped, he could buy cheaper crabs from the market to fulfill the voucher orders. Alternatively, he'd tell customers that the crabs were sold out and offer them premium crabs for an extra 100 yuan. The crabs were the same, but he made an extra profit. Many customers had received the vouchers as gifts, so they didn't mind paying a little more. He was taking advantage of that. Also, crab vouchers come with an expiration date. Many customers either forget about them or can't find them in time, missing the chance to redeem them. In the end, they're given a cheap crab as compensation. It's been estimated that fewer than 1/3 of vouchers holders actually redeem their vouchers, so the vendor profits without loss. Even if 10,000 customers redeem their vouchers, the actual cost of a crab is around 30 yuan. That means a vendor could spend about 300,000 yuan while pocketing 1.7 million yuan from printing 50,000 vouchers. It's a classic case of getting something for nothing. A blogger continued. Many crab vouchers claim to be from Yangcheng Lake. Everyone knows how famous Yangcheng Lake crabs are, but do you know how much it actually produced each year? Official figures say only a few thousand tons. How far does that go across the country? The vouchers circulating the market could circle the earth several times. So where are the crabs from? A lot of them come from nearby ponds or even from other places like Jiangsu or Anhui. They're soaked in Yangcheng Lake water for a few days, given a so-called anti-counterfeit tag, and then sold as authentic Yangcheng Lake crabs, with prices skyrocketing. She also mentioned that last year, news reports revealed that the so-called anti-counterfeit tags on Yangcheng Lake crabs marketed as unique were being sold by the pound at wholesale markets for just 3 yuan each. The vouchers promised genuine anti-counterfeit tags with a tenfold refund guarantee. The tags were real, but the crabs were fake. So who can you turn to for justice? Selling substandard crabs, misrepresenting weight, and swapping products on the spot have long been common practices. But when it comes to these sales tactics, we can't overlook the origin of one notorious scam, the Xinjiang cake scam. In September this year, a Korean tourist in Xinjiang saw the brightly colored Xinjiang cakes and was immediately tempted to buy some. She asked the vendor how much they cost, and the vendor replied 15 yuan for 100 grams. The girl thought it sounded cheap, but she couldn't quite calculate it, so the vendor clarified, it's 75 yuan a pound. She only wanted a small amount, about half a pound, but the vendor immediately started cutting. She nervously said she didn't want that much. However, the vendor kept cutting, and soon he had a large bag of cake. When the scale came out, the price was 346 yuan. The girl was shocked and said, I didn't want this much. Can I buy less? The vendor calmly responded, once it's cut, no one else will buy it. Meanwhile, his son stood by, smirking and handing her a phone, asking her to pay. The girl kept saying, I only wanted half a pound. How did it turn into this much? It's nearly 10 times more. Who says Chinese people don't cheat Koreans? In the comments, users poked fun asking, where did you see that Chinese people don't cheat Koreans ad? Others reassured her, don't misunderstand, this is a world-famous Xinjiang cake scam and is not targeting Koreans specifically. Every Chinese person knows the dangers of this cake. Everyone gets cut like this. Recently, a Hong Kong user shared a similar story on the LIHKG forum, where he fell victim to the Xinjiang cake scam in Shenzhen. He asked the vendor how much is it per pound. The vendor answered 8 yuan, thinking it was a good deal. He agreed to buy some, but when the vendor weighed it, he said 8 yuan per 2 tael, 80 yuan per pound, and this is 5 pounds. Before he knew it, the vendor had already started cutting and the price soared to 409 yuan, 50 times what he had expected. The user was furious and didn't want to buy it, but a group of people surrounded him, blocking his way. Even calling the police didn't help, as the vendor refused to let him leave. In the end, he reluctantly paid, only to find the cake was too sweet and unpleasant to eat. He warned others to be careful when shopping in China to avoid falling for scams. It is said that Xinjiang cake originally referred to a local specialty called marintang. It's made with ingredients such as walnuts, corn syrup, raisins, grape juice, sesame seeds, and red dates. The cake is believed to have originated during the Silk Road era, when travelers needed nutritious, easy to carry, and long-lasting food, and Xinjiang cake was the perfect choice. Xinjiang cake is brightly colored, which makes it particularly eye-catching and popular among tourists. It's often sold in units of tael, 50 grams, which sounds affordable. However, because it's made by pressing nut into shape, the actual weight is often much heavier than it looks, and the price can quickly go from a few dozen yuan to over 100. Also, if a customer refuses to buy after the cake is cut, vendors may even resort to threats. This aggressive sale tactics is known as the Xinjiang cake scam. The scam gained widespread attention in 2012 when an incident in Yueyang, Hunan escalated into a physical altercation over a misunderstanding about the price of Xinjiang cake. 2 people were injured and the damaged cake was valued at 160,000 yuan. Many people were shocked by the high price, and later the police updated their report, stating that the price included additional compensation items such as medical expenses, 1,100 yuan, losses of motorcycle and tools, 6,800 yuan, travel expenses for 16 Xinjiang vendors, lost wages, and nutritional expenses for the injured. The true value of the Xinjiang cake was estimated at 96,600 yuan. The incident sparked widespread discussion. People were stunned by the exorbitant price of the Xinjiang cake, and the event led to the emergence of online terms like Xinjiang cake, 1 slice equals a house, and 1 slice will make you cry, 2 slices will make you collapse. Some users pointed out that this type of cake is rarely seen in Xinjiang itself, and no one there would buy it. They argued that it was a scam created by a few bad actors from Xinjiang. These people are part of a criminal gang that travels across China, often working in collusion with local authorities. The Xinjiang cake sold around the country is no longer the real Xinjiang matang, but a corrupted version of it. The chaos surrounding the sale of crabs and Xinjiang cake is something many Chinese people are already familiar with. Recently, another mysterious gift box has appeared, further demonstrating how far merchants will go. On September 20th, a user posted a video on X exposing a popular Mid-Autumn Festival gift box that looked luxurious but cost less than 10 yuan to purchase. The blogger warned people to be cautious when shopping. In the video, the blogger explains the box looks great. Inside are a bottle of wine, 2 durian-flavored mooncakes, 2 pineapple-flavored mooncakes, and 2 5-nut mooncakes, all for 9.5 yuan. If they sell it to you for 19.5 yuan, you wouldn't think it's that expensive. But now they're selling it to you for 19.5 yuan and making a profit of half of it. A blogger advises his followers, if someone gives you this as a gift, make sure to block them and never talk to them again. That's the origin of the disownment gift. The video went viral, gaining over 3 million views and was widely shared. The disownment gift box became an internet buzzword on Chinese social media during the 2025 Mid-Autumn Festival, referring to these cheap, low-quality gift boxes with expensive packaging. Disownment has become a popular term on Chinese social media in recent years, referring to the decreased contact between friends and family. Due to the ongoing economic downturn and sharp reductions in income, social obligations have become a heavy burden, causing relationships to grow more distant. Thus, the term disownment emerged. The rise of the disownment gift box has sparked heated debate, with many people commenting, "The sky has fallen." Some users even shared pictures of their own disownment gift boxes. One photo showed an elegant gift bag, an Hermes-inspired design, 6 mooncakes in a cardboard box, and a bottle of wine with a plastic cork. Users were quick to complain. An employee gift my company gave out just got these, and I can only say it's identical. They even threw in 2 boxes of drinks worth 15 yuan. I tossed them right away. I just saw this online yesterday, and today it's already here. The most expensive part of this thing is probably the box. Some users also found the same Douyin gift box being sold by micro vendors in their WeChat circles and group chats. Ads for these boxes were spreading across various community groups such as property owners associations, bulk purchasing groups, and local exchange networks, with prices ranging from 20 yuan to 99 yuan per box. Another ex-user said in a video that if more than 10 boxes are purchased wholesale, the price drops to 7.5 yuan per box and the wine costs less than the bottle itself. Another ex-user shared that he bought a Douyin gift box online for less than 6 yuan. After looking at online sales data, he found the highest sales were in Shandong and Henan. The spread of Douyin gift boxes raises concern about the food quality and safety. One user described the mooncakes as having poor quality, claiming they felt like chewing on the soles of your feet. The fine red wine in the box was also of very low quality, with a value of less than 3 yuan per bottle. A user commented, "If I received this Hermes-inspired orange gift box, I wouldn't go as far as disowning anyone, but I would definitely be complaining in my head." Another user marveled at the vendor's resourcefulness managing to produce and sell such gift boxes and wondered how they still managed to make money. It was even more surprising that people were willing to eat these poor quality products and claim they could taste the foot sole flavor. If only these vendors could use their creativity for something good. He explained that before the Chinese Communist Party took control in the 1950s, China was not like this. At that time, Chinese people followed an ancient cultural traditions, and society was not as backwards and ignorant as the CCP's propaganda claims. It was a peaceful and harmonious society. As an example, the Chinese measurement system differs from the Western ones based on a hexadecimal system, which carries profound spiritual and traditional cultural significance. The 16-tail scale, for example, has stars engraved on it, with each one representing a constellation: the Big Dipper, the Southern Dipper, and the 3 stars of fortune. The earlier scales were based on a 13-tail pound, with the stars on the scale designed to represent the Big Dipper and the Southern Dipper constellations. The 16-tail scale was introduced after people noticed that some vendors were consistently shortchanging customers. To prevent this, 3 additional stars representing fortune, prosperity, and longevity were added to the original 13 stars. The idea was that if a vendor gave less than the full amount, one of these stars would be lost. If a vendor gave 1 tail less, fortune would be reduced, 2 tails less meant prosperity would be reduced, and 3 tails less meant longevity would be reduced, and so on. The 16 stars were embedded into the scale, with the stars' colors required to be either white or yellow, never black. This was a reminder that business should be done with integrity and purity, without deceit. This shows the thoughtful intentions the ancient Chinese put into the design of their scales. In China today, morality has declined, but traditional culture remains deeply rooted in the Chinese people's heritage. When the CCP regime ends and it disappears, it will mark the return of tradition and harmony to the world.